So we're gonna do, what are we doing today, buddy? The Waitonga Falls walk, yeah? Which says 1 hour 20 return. Cool. So this is going to be our first little walk for a little while, eh, buddy? Because Daddy and Mummy have been having a new baby, so we haven't done one for a little while. And it's pretty crisp this morning. I think there was a little bit of snowfall last night, not sure. So the young fella's bound up tight, ready for his camera with a walk. We haven't been out. And Daddy's got his traditional New Zealand cold weather shorts on. And yeah, this is the Waitonga Falls. We're just a couple of k's down from the top of the mountain, and there's going to be a few clearings up ahead where you'll see the mountain. I'll show you a little bit here just before we go off. There's a small track here that diverts to the right, and it goes down to the stream. There's a little plaque over here, which I just love this plaque. Share this piece. And every time I see it, I feel indulged to share it with someone, just like I was being told. So you can see the water level here is very, very, very low. And gosh, it's barely moving. There's a bridge. We're going to go back up over that bridge and head up the ridge line, and we'll get a view of the mountain soon. But this would usually be almost covered in the winter when get a bit of snow and a bit of melting, but there's almost nothing here because this river almost depends on snowmelt, which means that by the time we get to the Waitonga Falls, there's probably not going to be much on the falls either. So yep, we'll head up that way, buddy. And as you can hear, the young fella's itching to go. Hey, you alright? Okay. Alright, and we'll start heading up, and I'll stop it after the bridge and take another picture a little bit further up. Dun, dun, dun. It's a beautiful day. I mean, it's pretty crisp, but sun shining, blue skies, it's nice. There's the bridge. Crossing over the dry river. As you can see, pretty blue today, only a couple of clouds. And I'm going to start heading up. I'll turn it back on in a little bit when I see something more interesting. Bookings are essential for huts. Cool. So we're walking up now, and I was just noticing the sunlight shining between the trees is pretty amazing. But also the ground cover this time of year is pretty awesome. I mean, I don't know if you can see it really, like all these beautiful colours and shrubs and moss, and I mean, the ground cover is pretty amazing at this time of year. Usually, hey, and usually when I come up here it's a bit drier, but it must have been a good bit of rain this year, and because the ground cover is really nice and green up here. It's good. It'll be covered in snow soon, but we've got a nice little walk up here. A couple of if you were going to walk up here, and if you have any knowledge of native trees, or if you wanted to learn about any of them, you'll see quite a lot along this walk, and they're really pretty. And if you come at the right time, and if you come at the right time when they're fruiting, which would be usually towards December, at the end of the year, any time from October, I guess. Probably more November, December. A lot of these native trees will be seeding and fruiting, and got a lot of little step ups here. You'll see quite a lot of keruru which is a native pigeon, wood pigeon in New Zealand. Yeah, stairs, more stairs, buddy. Good boy. And there's it's called a kiriru, is a native wood pigeon. It's huge. It's a real big, fat pigeon that defies the laws of gravity and somehow can fly. But it's a really beautiful bird, and good time to come will be later in the year when you can get a good glimpse of it and take a few photos. And beautiful, very photogenic birds. Yeah. So coming up here to the track, there's a little detour. That's the main track. There's a little detour off here. You'll see it pretty easy. And if you just come down a little bit, you'll notice there's a big drop off. So just be real careful when you come down here. But it does have a pretty good view. There's a nice tree here you can lean on, put your arm on, support yourself on the roots down here. And when you come around, you're about to get a glimpse of the mountain there, and also down a little bit you'll be able to see there's a waterfall right down the bottom. It's a spectacular view. See, there's a little waterfall there. I don't know if you can really see it with that sun shining on it, but and there's very little water at this time of year. It's almost dry, but there is a waterfall there. And there's a mountain, and then right beside me there's a gully down there that goes with a pretty steep drop off right by my feet. So you do want to be a little careful with this one, but the view is worth it. And then we just head back up there. This is a really interesting part of the forest. You can see these trees real well, but they're quite neat. It's quite a stark contrasting colours and scenery when we're walking through here. It's quite neat.
Hello.
Hello.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the waterfall, eh, buddy? Yeah.
Oh yeah, you follow your mummy. That's good. You're going for a walk.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Ice cream.
Oh, go to get ice cream. I don't know if there's an ice cream up here, buddy. But as you can see, yeah, it's a really pretty part of the walk with these trees with not many leaves on them. Hopefully it's bright enough that you can see. Oh, it's quite neat. Really neat atmosphere up here. In this part anyway. It changes quite a lot. There is quite a lot of different flora and fauna up here. Still lots of nice green ground cover, as you can see. Look at this stuff. Looks amazing. Oh, so fluffy. Nice. What do you think, buddy? Is it fluffy?
Yeah.
Good boy, buddy. Yeah. And then we're coming up. We're still going up. We're going to be going up for a little bit before we get to a clearing and we're about to see the mountain. It's a little bit of stairs, so there's a bit of climbing up. It's a good walk. It's not too hard though. So even the young fella can do it. Right, here we are. We're getting close to the top, I think. There's a few quite big step ups as well. Oh, crossed a couple of little bridges. A couple of little small river crossings, also quite dry. But I think we're coming near the top. We'll get to a plateau soon where we'll get a real nice view of the mountain. And I'm a little out of breath from climbing. As I say, it's been a few months we haven't done any walks. Not these kind of walks anyway. I mean, obviously I move. But no, it's good. And the young fella, we can get out a bit more now, and hopefully Mummy will be able to come out soon as well, and we can take the baby in a thingamajig that straps to your body, whatever that thing's called. There's a nice little seat for the weary, yeah. And the young fella wants to hold my hand because the steps are big, so I better get to that, and I'll let you know when we're back on the plateau. This part of the trail, we're still not at the top yet. As you can see from the sign here, it says Old Blythe Track. Oh, can you read that? There we go. And that's down this way. There's a small track there. And this one is a bit longer and a bit more treacherous, and I wouldn't advise doing it in the winter because it can be very muddy. But great walk though. About an hour and a half down to the mountain road, almost down to town. I think it's about 5 or 6 k's up. And that's back to the car park where we came from. And this one's where we're going, Waitonga Falls. So we're about halfway. And also the Blythe Hut further on, and then Ruapehu hut. And the Blythe Hut's a nice walk if you're going to go up there. I think one of my videos shows what it's like up there. But we're only going to the Waitonga Falls today. Just a nice short one with the young fella. So we are coming up to a plateau, I think. I can see light, and it looks like where we are. And we come onto these boards that keep us above the tussock grass. I don't know if you can see this. This is the native fauna up on the mountain here. There's tussock grasses everywhere, all over the mountainside. And voila, zoomed in. What I might do maybe, I might just come up here and I'll try putting a shade filter on the front of the camera and see if I can cut down some of that glare so we can see the mountain a little bit better. Okay. Alright, let's see how that looks. Just put the darker filter on. Is that better? Yeah, less glare. Just put a tinted lens filter on the front. Cuts down some of that glare from that sun, which is pretty bright. Those clouds. Anyway, that's the mountain. Gorgeous.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a mountain. She's pretty, mate. This one goes up to 40 or something. This lens is 14 to 40, I think. It's got a reasonably wide angle, but it's not a super wide angle. Yeah. And, it's just a stock standard lens, but it does a fairly right job on this Olympus camera. This is where we come from, and this is the way we're heading. And if you can see up that gap between the two bits there, we're going to go over there and head down to the waterfall, and we're just going to keep walking along this. And this is kind of necessary for this area because this ground gets real swampy. Up ahead you can see some bodies of water, little ones. I mean, if you walk in here, you could sink. It's crazy. I mean, you see here there's little bodies of water everywhere. There's some water, and it can be really deceptive if you try going off the track in winter because it can all be ice and snow. And you don't know how solid it is. It feels like you're standing on something solid, and next thing you break into ice and you're in a big puddle of bloody water. So if you do come up here in the winter, try and stay on the track. It can be tricky if the whole area is covered in snow and the snow goes right over the track. It can be hard to follow the track sometimes, but because you can see right a couple of k's down from the mountain. So the snow comes down here really easy all the time. So in the winter it can be quite a fun walk, but it's especially nice at this time of year when it was a big bowl of water there, buddy. This time of year when you like the water. Do you like water? Oh. Another one. Yeah, good boy. And this time of year when a lot of the dust and everything's gone from summer and it's a little damper. The views are spectacular. I mean, the air up here is crisp. It's beautiful. I mean, just like I said, be real careful of the water, and enjoy it. We're going to walk down soon, just down there. It's not a bad walk down. It's a good walk up. It's quite breathtaking, like literally taking your breath, which is cool. So it's good cardio. I'll see you soon. Alex, say bye.
Bye.
Alright, so just been walking down this track. Coming down here, it's a heck of a walk down. It's really easy and quite fun, but it's going to be not so easy and not so fun walking back up. And so yeah, nice little seat. I need one of those at the top, not the bottom. And there's all these steps like this all the way down, and so it's a heck of a walk up. But I can just hear the waterfall now. It sounds like there's actually a bit of water, which is unusual. I was kind of thinking it would be a little bit drier when we got down here. Can't see it yet, but I think we're pretty close, so I'll flick it back on. So we go, coming off the track, down a couple of steps. You can see there is actually water in the river, which is nice. And the trek also goes further down there, which you'll be heading to the hut. And and from here you can see, you can get a nice view of the river and also the waterfall up there, which is quite tough to see with all the glare, and there isn't a lot of water at the moment. I mean, there's enough to still looking on the river. So what I'll do is I'll chuck that Brahman filter back on and see if that makes a difference to the glare of the lighter. See if that looks a little bit better. Can you see the waterfall a little bit better? There's still a lot of glare, but might be able to see the waterfall. Not really. I could chuck my other lens on, but honestly it's not that impressive at the moment. But it's still, I mean, it's pretty stunning here. Still, I mean, you can get a pretty good view. Still a really awesome place. Beautiful little river. Fairly deep to cross, when the snow's melting, start of spring. It can be, almost knee high sometimes. At the moment it's ankle high at best. At best, it won't be a very treacherous crossing. When you go further down this way, you'll have to cross over it to get to the Blythe hut. And a couple of times. It's nice walk. And but I would recommend, if you ever do come up here, at any time of year really, take layers. Take a spare jacket, wear clothes that you can take off if it gets too hot, or clothes you can put on. But be prepared, because I mean the weather can change here real fast, and it can drop like 5-10 degrees, like that, crazy. Yeah, the young fella's itching to go, so we're going to head back up soon. There's no need to show that because it's exactly the same way we came, so we won't see anything new. And come here. And Alex will say bye, and then we'll sign off. And say bye, buddy. Say bye, everyone. Bye, everyone. Good boy, buddy. Bye.